I know firsthand just how hard it is to produce interesting, quality drum covers, so I wanted to give credit where credit is due. These are a few of my favorite drum covers this week.
This first cover is a bit different than my normal picks, but man is it cool. Appleman does a cover of Metallica's Hardwired on his freaking iPad, and it rocks way harder than I could ever on an acoustic kit. I binge watched a few of his drum videos and they're really impressive. A very different but really cool start to this week's list. I recently saw Guns N' Roses in concert and forgot how many great songs they had. Luckily, Quentin Brodier didn't forget with this cover of Welcome to the Jungle. Quentin's drumming is spot on, and those murdered out black drums make the video that much cooler. For this next video, we visit our neighbors to the north, covering a song from supergroup Audioslave. Fortunate Losers covers Show Me How to Live and combines great drumming with crazy color tints and a pretty cool channel name to secure a spot on this week's list. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a crazy good video and audio production, and sometimes I like to take it old school. Mr. 5352 has a classic big room, minimal mic setup for this cover of Pardon Me by Incubus, and I love it. Duct tape dampeners, a microphone on a suitcase, great drumming, and a great song makes it one of my favorites. We end this week with a final video that makes my list for a couple of reasons. Eric Bloom covers Psychosocial by Slipknot and does a great job with it. A great cover, a fantastic song, and the fact that Eric is doing some crazy Inception stuff by watching a drum cover while recording his own, allowing us to get two for the price of one. Good stuff, Eric.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
This first drummer puts on live drum cover performances, and they look really freaking fun. Frankie Costanza covers Airborne by rocking drumless tracks along with the music video to a live crowd. It's every drummer's dream to be the center of attention, and this guy is doing it with style. This next drummer really looks like he's loving his job and has crazy good chops. Larry's Lessons covers Protocosmos by Tony Williams, and I can tell by this video that he's qualified to teach the community here on YouTube. Great rudiments and control makes Larry an easy pick this week. I love drums and I love movies. Put those together and you've got a winner in my book. Jacob Thomas does a cover of the theme song from the movie Back to the Future. I love watching people creatively add to music like this, and Jacob does it very well. Great movie and great drumming. My next pick is a solid video with a great Foo Fighters song and spot-on drumming by Horst Pock. I love the subtle blue and black background and the slow, cinematic camera pans, which makes this cover of Best of You a definite favorite this week.
It's real, the pain you feel. You try too much to tell. There's someone better, the best of you.
I know I'm a sucker for Hayley Williams, in this cover specifically, but I can't help it. Ciaran Fletcher covers Misery Business by Paramore, and I love the subtle but really cool additions he adds to the song. Taking a cover that I really want to do myself and making it better is a sure way to earn a spot on my favorites list.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
A great rock song covered perfectly by a great sounding drum mix starts us off this week. Kevin Wade covers The Devil's Bleeding Crown by Volbeat, and he hits all the marks to make it one of my favorites. Kevin's channel was growing quickly, and this solid cover shows exactly why. This next drummer's been on my list before and does it again with this cover of a cover. Fat Sam does the Atari's version of The Boys of Summer and crushes it as usual. A great drum performance and perfect song choice for the beginning of the fall season. Good stuff as always, Sam and Mason. Neil Peart and Rush in general is always challenging and really fun to watch. Joe Plummer covers Subdivisions and says it best in his own words in the description. Another really creative drum arrangement with lots of subtle, challenging parts. I couldn't have said it better myself. Everything about this next drum cover just screams old school to me. Propellant Studios covers Calling Elvis by the Dire Straits, and even though the song was done in the 1990s, it still has an old 70s feel to me, and this cover nails that style in every way. Can't wait to see where this channel goes. This final drummer is getting some impressive drum sounds with just a simple cell phone setup. Grey Ghost Drum Covers does the GNR version of Knocking on Heaven's Door and does it without an elaborate mic setup, showing everyone that great covers can be done on the cheap.
That cold black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
Let's get this week started with a classic rock song with a funky name. Rhythmanic Saudi Amato covers Funk 49 by James Gang, using a drumless track and adding the right amount of improv and style to make it a great overall drum cover. A classic to start this week's list. If you like a bit of showmanship in your drum covers, you're going to love this next guy. Mr. Vic 85 covers Paradise by Big Sean and makes this cool drum part even cooler by adding a ton of stick tricks. Hamming it up for the crowd is always fun, making this street performance one of my favorites.
I always wanted to start so hard. I always wanted to ride that whip. I always wanted to fuck that bitch. Thank you God I fucked that bitch. I always wanted to live this life. I always wanted to wear that ice. I always wanted paradise. I always wanted paradise.
A new YouTube channel makes the list this week with a classic drum cover from the Foo Fighters. Austin Bryant covers Everlong with the help of a drum community staple, Mike Johnston. The knowledge of Mike combined with the drumming of Austin will definitely make this a popular channel. Sometimes you gotta do things a bit differently to stick out from the crowd. Amari Augustine covers Ain't Worried by Erica Mason and does it facing the wrong way. Yep, you heard me right. Amari plays this drum cover backwards and does a damn good job as well. How many of us are gonna try this tonight? Let's end this week with another unique drum cover featuring a blindfolded performance by B.A. Drummer. This cover of Holiday by Green Day was done while being completely blinded, showing how much muscle memory takes over when playing familiar kits on well-practiced songs.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
Let's start this week out with someone that's been on the list before but deserves a spot again. Beats by Jay helps us celebrate Halloween with his Rob Zombie cover of Dragula. Jason is always spot on with his drumming, and the addition of the original music video clips makes it a fun watch and one of my favorites. Well, I guess we're going to keep this theme going as we have another repeat channel this week. Maximilian Anderson makes my list once again with this cover of Change in the House of Flies by Deftones. I'm a big fan of the song and an even bigger fan of the channel as it hits its 100th cover. The great drumming and attention to detail make this an easy pick this week. This next cover stays with our theme this week and definitely deserves a spot regardless. Drumman190 is one of the nicer guys in the YouTube drum community and impressively pulls off a 24-person drum collaboration with this cover of We Will Rock You. It's awesome to see a community come together for a project like this. And make sure to check out all the great drummers that were involved. Maybe not fitting with the theme, but the name of this next channel alone makes it one of my favorites. Uzi Boo Boo Doo Doo covers Master of Puppets by Metallica and adds a hilarious Trailer Park Boys intro and an Evil Dead outro to a really well-played drum cover. Good song, great drumming, and some interesting, fun editing makes this a perfect addition to this week's list. Let's end this week with another really nice guy in the drum community and a great drummer. Jared YouTube does a really unique drum cover of Wishing Well by Terrence Trent D'Arby and does it to perfection. I wouldn't have thought to do a cover like this, but it definitely looks fun, and Jared does a great job with it, earning his spot this week.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
This first drummer needs no recognition from my little channel, but I thought it was a definite fun watch. The 8-bit drummer does this live Twitch stream of Best of You by the Foo Fighters. Playing the song while singing and reading and reacting to comments makes him the king of multitasking and a fun addition to this week's list. I must be in a Foo Fighters kind of mood this week, as this cover of The Pretender caught my eye. Michael McCarricker crushes this cover and really pounds the drums with confidence, making a cool song that much cooler. Michael's powerful style and overall production quality make this video an easy pick. I wasn't familiar with this next song, but I'm really glad I decided to play the video anyway. Brandon Zaki does this cover of Inexhaustible Savagery by Conquering Dystopia and really impressed the hell out of me with how busy the drum parts are and how well he nails them. All these drum parts would take me months to learn, which is why I'll leave the busy songs to the professionals. I've always said that pop songs are really fun to play along with. I might have to add EDM to that list as well. Lyle does this cover of Bangarang by Skrillex and makes it look insanely fun. Not to mention that she's using a cat drum kit, which I also own, but I don't think I look quite as cool playing it. This final drummer is another nice guy in the YouTube community and a solid drummer. Zach's Drum Covers does Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth and reminds us why these classic songs were so badass and why they're here to stay. A great song and a solid drum performance make this an easy addition to this week's list.
Acting like a robot. Its metal brain corrodes.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below.
Let's start this week out with a 30 Seconds to Mars cover done to perfection. Andrea M. Drummer does this cover of The Kill and does everything right. Good song, great video and audio, combined with solid drumming, make it an easy pick. And check out that awesome practice space. I absolutely love Alice in Chains and remember covering this song dozens of times live, but maybe not quite this well. Calm Dowling covers Wood, and the tone of his drums fit perfectly with the song, making something I love even better. I'll probably watch this one a few times. Man, this young guy makes me wish I had started drumming at an earlier age. Den999 does this cover of Freestyler by Boomfunk MCs and really rips it up with confidence and impressive chops. Keep an eye on Dennis, because this channel should have no problem getting big with covers like this. I like when a drummer can keep it simple and still do an effective job. Christian C6 does this cover of Love Somebody by Maroon 5 and keeps his setup simple with a 3-piece kit. Christian proves you don't need a bunch of drums to do a great cover as long as you have a bunch of skills.
I'll never be the same. I really wanna love somebody.
90s music is definitely a favorite decade of mine, which makes my final pick an easy one. Sven Fischer Drummer does this 90s medley, combining some great songs with excellent video and great audio. Everything in this video is done professionally and fun, making it a perfect way to wrap up this week's list.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped.
Do you agree with this week's favorites? Do you have any videos you think should have made the list? Put a comment or link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and please like, comment, and share the video. It really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one.